Hello students, today we are going to start third chapter of class 7 data handling. In your previous classes you had learned about various type of data. You learned about the collection of data, tabulate the data and put it in the form of the bar graphs. So in 7th class you will learn some more about the data handling. Now start our chapter with first topic, and first topic is collection of data. To draw any type of graphs, first we have to collect data related to the information. So before collecting data we need to know that what we would use it for. Our next topic is organization of data. After the collecting data, we have to record and organize it. So there is one question arises, why do we need to organize the data? Its answer is, when we put data in a proper organized form or in a proper table, it becomes easy to understand and interpret. Our next topic is arithmetic mean. The most common representative value of a group data is the arithmetic mean or the mean. The formula to find out the arithmetic mean is sum of the all observation and divided it by the total number of observation. We can understand by one example. So here is example number 1 in your book. In this example, it is given that Ashish studies for 4 hours, 5 hours and 3 hours respectively on 3 consecutive days. How many hours does he study daily on an average? So in this question, we have to find the average study hours in which Ashish studied. So for finding the average study time of Ashish, we apply the formula of the mean. So according to our formula, first we have to find out sum of the all observation, then we divide this sum by the total number of observation. So first we find out the total number of study hours. For this we add 4 hours, 5 hours and 3 hours. Then we divide number of days for which he studied. So after that we divide it by 3 and we have 4 as our answer. Then our next topic is range. The range is the difference between the highest and the lowest observation given us in the data. So range is equal to highest observation minus lowest observation. Let's take one more example for this. So here is example number 3 in your book. In this example, it is given that the ages in the year of 10 teachers of school are as follow, and in the next line here are some ages of the teachers given, and ages are 32, 41, 28, 54, 35, 26, 23, 33, 38 and 40. Then in the first part we have to find out the age of the oldest teacher and age of the youngest teacher. For this we carefully study our data, and then we easily find out from our data that what is the age of the oldest teacher and what is the age of the youngest teacher. So here is age of the oldest teacher is 23 and age of the oldest teacher is 54 and age of the youngest teacher is 23. In the second part we have to find out the range of this data. For find out the range, we apply the formula of the range, and range is equal to highest observation minus lowest observation. So highest observation is 54 and lowest observation is 23. Therefore range of this data is equal to 54 minus 23 and it is 31 years. In the third part we have to find mean age of these teachers. For this first we add ages of all the teachers, then divided it by the number of teachers. So sum of the ages of all the teachers is 350 and total number of teachers are 10. So here is our answer is 35 years. Now we're going to start exercise 3.1, and first question of exercise 3.1 is find the range of the height of any 10 student of your class. For solving this question, you can ask your friend about their heights and then find the range of the heights of any 10 student of your class. Next we solve question number 2. Question number 2 is organize the following marks in a class assessment in a tabular form, and after that some data are given here and then some questions are asked. So first part is which number is the highest, second part is which number is the lowest, third part is what is the range of the data, and fourth part is find the arithmetic mean. For solving second question, first you have to draw a table as shown here. First column of marks, second column of tally marks, third column of frequency. So in your question, marks are from 1 to 9. Then you study your marks carefully and then you write frequency of each marks in front of the frequency column. So 1 marks appeared only one time, so you write 1 in the frequency column. Then 2 marks is appeared only 2 times, so you write 2 in the frequency column. Similarly 3 marks appeared only one time, 4 marks appeared 3 times, 5 marks appeared 5 times, 6 marks appeared 4 times, 7 marks appeared 2 times, 8 marks appeared 1 time, and 9 marks appeared 1 time. Then you draw tally mark for each of the frequency. We draw tally mark for frequency, not for marks. So frequency of tally marks of first frequency is 1. Frequency is 1, so you draw 1 straight line in the tally marks. For 2, you draw 2 straight line. For the third column, you have 1 as the frequency and you draw 1 straight line. For tally mark, in the fourth row, you have 3 in the frequency column, so you draw 3 straight line in the tally mark. In the fifth row, you have 5, so you draw 4 standing line and then cut it by a slant line. In the row 6, you have 4 as the frequency, so you draw 4 straight line here. In the seventh row, you have 2 in the frequency column, so you draw 2 straight line here. In the 8th column, frequency is 1, so you draw 1 straight line, and in the 9th column frequency is 1, so you draw 1 column. So by observing the table clearly, the highest number among us the given data is 9 and lowest number is 1. In the third part, we have to find the range of this data, so we apply the formula of the range and it is highest value minus lowest value. Our highest value is 9 and lowest value is 1, so our range is 8. In the fourth part, we have to calculate arithmetic mean of this data, and we all know arithmetic mean is equal to sum of all observation and divided by total number of observation. First we add all the observation and sum of all the observation is 100 and our total number of observation is 20. So its arithmetic mean is equal to 100 divided by 20 and our answer is 5. Now move to our third question, and third question is find the mean of the first 5 whole numbers. So students, as you all know, whole numbers are the numbers which are started from the 0. So first 5 whole numbers are 0, 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 4. And we also know about the mean. Mean is equal to sum of the all observation divided by the total number of observation. So first we add 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then we divided it by 5. So sum of all the first 5 whole number is 10 and total number of observation is 5. So mean is equal to 10 upon 5 and our answer is 2. Fourth question is, a cricketer scores the following runs in 8 innings: 58, 76, 40, 35, 46, 45, 0 and 100, and we have to find the mean score. As we all know, mean is equal to sum of total number of observation and divided it by the total number of observation. So first we add all the runs scored by the cricketer in all the innings. So it is 58 plus 76 plus 40 plus 35 plus 46 plus 45 plus 0 plus 100, and sum of the runs is 400. And we have 8 innings. Here we have 8 innings. So mean is equal to 400 divided by 8 and our answer is 50. Fifth question is, following table shows the point of each player scored in the 4 games. And then we answer the following question. Find the mean to determine the A's average number of points scored per game. In part second, we have to find the mean number of points per game for C. Would you divide the total points by 3 or by 4? Why? In third part, we played all the 4 games. How would you find the mean? And in fourth part, who is the best performer? So for solving this question, first we read our table. Here 5 columns are given. First columns represents the players. Second, third, fourth and fifth column of game 1, game 2, game 3 and game 4. It shows the point scored in game 1, game 2, game 3 and game 4. So player 1 scored 14 points in game 1, 16 points in game 2, 10 points in game 3 and 10 points in game 4. Then similarly, points of all the players are given against their name. So in the first part, we have to find the average number of the point scored per game. For this, we add total points scored by the A in 4 games and then we write total number of the games. For this, first we add 14, 16, 10 and 10, we have 50 and then we divide it by the 4. So we have 12.5 as our answer. In the second part, we have to find the mean number of the point per game for C. For this, we will divide the total point by 3 because C played only 3 games. He did not play 1 game. And in third part, B played all the 4 games, so we will divide the total points by 4 to find out the mean. So B's score is 0, 8, 6 and 4. So its sum is 18 and we divided by 4. So we have 4.5 points as our answer. In fourth part, we have to find out which one is the best performer among the 3 players. So for this, we have to find out average points for each player. We already calculate the average point for player A and player B. Now we are going to calculate the average point of the player C. So average point of the player C is 8 plus 11 plus 13 divided by 3, and it is 10.67 points. By observing, the average points scored by A is 12.5, which is more than B and C, so A is the best performer. In sixth question, the marks out of 100 obtained by a group of students in science test are given below, and marks are 85, 76, 90, 85, 39, 48, 56, 95, 81 and 75, and we have to find out the highest and the lowest marks obtained by the student. Second part, range of the marks obtained, and third part, mean marks obtained by the group. So you can do this question by yourself as I did in the previous question. In the seventh question, the enrollment in the school during the 6 consecutive years was as follow, and enrollments are 1,555, 1,670, 1,750, 2,013, 2,514, 2,820, and we have to find mean enrollment of the school for this period. As we all know, mean is equal to sum of all observation divided by total number of observation. For solving this question, we sum all the enrollments and then we divided it by the 6. In question number 8, a table is given in your book which shows the rainfall in a city on 7 days of a certain week was recorded as follow, and we have to find out the range of the rainfall in the above data. Second part, find the mean of the rainfall for the week, and in the third part, how many days was rainfall less than the mean rainfall. For find out the range, we subtract lowest value from the highest value, and we have 20.5 millimeter as range as our answer. And in second part, we have to find out the mean. For a mean of the rainfall, for this we add all the observation and divided it by 7, so we have 5.9 as our answer. In third part, we have to find out how many days was the rainfall less than the mean rainfall. For this, we observe our data carefully and we find out that for 5 days, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, the rainfall was less than the average rainfall. Ninth question, the height of the 10 girls was measured in centimeter and result are as follow, and we have to find out the height of the tallest girl, height of the shortest girl, range of this data, and how many what is the mean height of the girls and how many girls have height more than the mean height. So first we arrange our data in the ascending order, and after arranging our data in ascending order, we clearly see here that height of the tallest girl is 151 centimeter, height of the shortest girl is 128 centimeter. So range of this data is equal to tallest height minus shortest height, and it is 23 centimeter. Mean height of in fourth part, we have to find out the mean height. For this, we add all the heights of the girls and then we divide it by the number of girls. So we have sum of the heights of the all girls is 1414 and total number of girls is 10. So mean height is 141.4 centimeter. In fifth part, we have to find out that how many girls are there whose height is more than the mean height. So it is clear from the data that 5 girls have the heights more than the mean height.